What is going on today, my guys? Today is April the 11th, and what a crazy Monday it was. Bloody as can be, definitely not what I expected. On Friday market close, everything looked to be stable, like we were going to continue, or I should say, turn into a bullish market starting this week. Um, Definitely very unfortunate to say the least. Um, as you can see, Dow Jones, S&P, Nasdaq, we're in the green aftermarket at least. The little percentage is up, but still overall market is in the red pretty deep. This has to do with the news tomorrow of what the Fed is planning on doing in tackling inflation. And I mean, there's a lot of shorting going on. There's a lot of sell-offs. There's a lot of fear in the market. Um, People are scared of another recession potentially. In my personal opinion, I don't believe a recession will happen, but will there be another downtrend? That is obviously possible. But in terms of a recession, I don't see that happening, not one bit. There's still too much strength in the market for something like that to happen. Um, I mean, take oil for instance. The demand is there. The demand hasn't died out just because the price has gone up. Housing market. I mean, housing market demand has never been higher than ever. Cars. The list goes on in terms of all these commodities and essentials that people need. The demand hasn't dried up. So, I mean, in terms of a recession happening, I don't see that happening. I do see a downturn happening. Um, to counteract the inflation, I suppose. But I mean, we'll see what goes on. UVXY today, I mean, not a monster move, but I mean, 8% to the upside, currently at $14.16 right here. Um, Opened the day like very stagnant. I entered initially at like 1340, but then I sold it like 1350, 1360. Very small, very small gains. It was just super shaky to me. Like I didn't I mean, in terms of the market movement, it was just very unpredictable to me. I just didn't feel comfortable, so I just sold for a little bit of profit. Um, but the main holdings today were Fubo and SoFi. So my initial holding of Fubo from the $5.84 entry on Friday, I had to stop out of earlier this morning because my stop loss was right around 565, and once my stop loss was hit, I mean, I didn't know, what the bottom was going to be. The bottom ended up being about like $5.49, which is unfortunate because right after that bottom happened and it was established. Right, let me show you guys this bottom right here. Right, let me show you guys this bottom real fast. Just waiting for this chart to load up. So let's zoom out a little bit. So today, obviously, like another just up and down day, like absolutely crazy. The bottom was right in this area, as you guys can see, was right at 549. So yeah, I mean, I couldn't predict it. I got out right around here in this red candle. Um, my stop loss was hit, and I mean, I had to get out. For me personally, like the floor could have opened up. I don't know how far it could have gone down. I mean, I just personally felt like it was the right decision to get out and just rethink. Should I have held? Like, I mean, yeah, it could have. Obviously, I probably should have. But at that time, I mean, I stick by certain rules, and if I have my stop losses set, and if stop losses hit, they stop losses hit. And I didn't want to rush back into a position because the market was going on a downtrend. I didn't want to do that to myself. So, I mean, it is what it is. It went all the way back up to nearly $6. So as you can see, there's massive manipulation here. I mean, this is just absolutely insane. And then it downtrended again, came back up, downtrended again, came back up, and then, so forth, so forth. And now it finished around 588. I currently don't have a position. I did buy back in around like 570, sold in the 580s, so it made a little bit of profit. But overall, on the day, I am red. Small amount, but, like, it could have been a whole lot worse. So today, I'm not disappointed. I'm not super excited, obviously, about my performance, but in general, like I'd rather be a little red than be way deep in the red, which could happen if you're chasing plays or you're trading in a very toxic manner. You don't want to do any of that. You want to keep things simple, and that's why I just stuck with Fubo and I stuck with SoFi today. So this was the SoFi chart for today. I mean, or sorry, the Fubo chart. I still am very bullish on Fubo. Has the bottom yet been met? I don't know, because look what it did today. It went down to 549 with that massive move down and market open. And I mean, things are just so unpredictable. It just shows you that I mean, there really is no concrete support. Like, it's crazy. Like, with these names, there's no concrete support. Um, and it's like the floor can open up. It could go to $5. It could go to like 475 and go to 450 levels. We don't know. Once the support is met, then it has to like this. We can go off this being the support right here in the high 540s, low 550s. We could say that's our support right now, right? But I mean, at any given time, you get like some massive news like to the downside and make the market go bearish. It could go lower. So my whole thing on it is, today was a very, very complicated day to try to understand the futures, because I mean, I was all over watching the Nasdaq, S&P, and Dow movement, and I just didn't feel comfortable with entering in another position until like later on into the afternoon, which I did, and I made a little bit of profit. I cut into the loss a little bit, but still finished red. And I mean, it definitely was a very frustrating day, but I mean, overall, I kept calm. And at the end of the day, you just got to keep calm. You just got to stick to your plan. If things don't feel comfortable, it doesn't hurt to take a couple days to sit on the sidelines until you find a good entry that works for you. If you don't find a good entry that works for you, no one's forcing you to make a trade. Just take your time. Take your time. Do your analytics. Do your research. Stick to the place. Stick to the sectors that work for you. Whether there's so there's obviously so many options. So for me personally, I've been looking at Fubo, I've been looking at SoFi. These are names that have bottomed out. They're in all-time lows, and I mean, like I said before, they're very good for like a 1 to 2 month swing. But I'm more so focused on trying to secure as much profit as I can on the daily. But I mean, overall, if you're swinging the name, then I mean, I personally would say you're in good hands for sure. I think in general, Fubo will be a $7-8 stock again. It's just this market has been very brutal as of late. And transferring over here to the SoFi chart, as you can see on market open, it was there was another massive. I mean, this stock was affected as well. It went to, I believe this was all time lows at 757. I did not enter here. I didn't even look at SoFi because I was too focused on Fubo, UVXY, the overall markets. I didn't look at SoFi, but as you can see, SoFi then uptrended all the way up to a little under little under 792, something like that. So I mean, obviously, this was a very good opportunity to buy, but then again, like you can't beat yourself up for not entering in this region, because who knows when a stock is in all time lows? Who knows what the support is anymore? So you always have to keep that in mind. And then right after that happened, it downtrended hard, and then it started coming back up slowly, progressively over throughout the day. Um, I did make an entry, and I believe it was right here in this range. It was right around here in the. I got in, my average was like 764, I believe. So yeah, it was somewhere in this region, and I wrote it up to about 780 before taking out profit, and ended up selling the full position once it downtrended back to like 775. So made a little bit of profit there, cut into my losses on the day, and I mean, overall, I am happy with that trade. I mean, right now I have zero positions. My Fubo is out. My SoFi is out. I'm not in UVXY. Right now, I'm just gonna stick to being patient, staying on the sidelines until an entry makes sense to me, And like I explained to you guys earlier, there's no harm in doing that. Just take some time, pick your spots, have the plan, and that's basically it. So, I mean, that's really all I had for today. We'll see what happens with the news heading into tomorrow and what their plan is on combating inflation. I don't believe there's going to be a recession. I do believe that either one of two things. There's A, there could be good news, obviously sending the market upward, or B, there's obviously something they say to combat the inflation, and with all with Russia, Ukraine, and all this stuff going on, it could send the market into another downtrend. But I mean, in general, today was extremely bloody. Could it continue tomorrow? Yes. Am I still bullish in the market? Yes. I mean, but it all depends on what happens tomorrow with that Fed meeting, um, regarding what their plans are on combating inflation. And yeah, guys, very volatile market. Stick to a plan. Stick to a plan. Keep it simple. Keep it tight. And I hope you guys banked hard today. And definitely two names to keep on your watch list, like I've said before. Actually, three names: SoFi, Fubo, Cassava Sciences, SAVA Sava, and UVXY, of course. UVXY is obviously a one of the bearish ETFs that I really do like watching. It's just you have to have the patience for it for sure. But yeah, again, thanks for guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like. Comment down below if you have any questions about any plays you want me to look at in detail. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later, guys.